What's up, my fellow lionesses and lions? Welcome to the Project Lioness podcast, where we are here to disrupt the mainstream narrative when it comes to health, holism, and human consciousness. We are here to share bold truths about health and life from a female perspective. This episode is brought to you by our team, Inspire Co., where we stand for your health being inspired by choice rather than being inhibited by chance. Thank you for being here and joining in on these raw, real, and powerful conversations. We hope our show brings you inspiration and empowerment to overcome challenges, reclaim your life, and ultimately pursue your mission with power, purpose, and play. Now, let's get into the episode. Hey, my friends. Welcome back to the Project Lioness podcast. This is your host, Dr. Mel Krug. Welcome to season 4. We are in the studio today making some recordings because I am excited. I am enthusiastic about a lot of what I've been working on behind the scenes. I'm in a total rebrand of my personal brand, website and email and social media and like all the things. So I had a little bit of time today between sessions, between appointments and things like that to come on here and create with y'all, come on here and speak to you and share with you some downloads that I've been receiving over the last couple weeks, which is the beauty of when you actually take time away from your business, from your, work, whatever. You get downloads. It's really cool. And the stuff I teach actually works. Believe it or not, when you give yourself space and time to just be in nature, to do what you love, the downloads come hard and fast, and it's big and it's awesome and it feels so original. And those of you who have been in my world for a while and you've learned how to master the game of knowing when to push and when to play, when to move towards your purpose and when to just have a good time, you realize that that spaciousness and those insights that drop in are just invaluable. So you can't not listen to it. And the more you practice it and the more you do it, the more the universe is like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. And it's a skill. It's a skill that you get to learn. It's a skill that you get to recode and rewire. And it's fun. That is actually my word and my mantra for 2026 is be the artist. Be and become the artist, the wealthy artist at that, and be a creator. Be a vessel, be a channel of things you want to create, whether it's actual art, which I do want to step more into. I'm actually going to be going to my mom's house soon and getting my pottery wheel. If you listen to last episode, you learned that I am big into creating pottery, and I haven't done it for a while and I miss it. And it's such a cathartic experience with my hands. And I do a lot of work with my hands with people in the office, and creating pottery is just, it's so rewarding and also frustrating and also beautiful because unlike other art, when you create it with your hands so intimately and you like use it, like I'll make mugs or bowls, you're like using the art still. And I've got one of my favorite mugs right now with me. If you're watching on YouTube, cheers, drink your decaf coffee. Versus other art, like paintings or things like that. It's just, you can't engage with it in this similar sensory experience. So anyway, this episode is not about pottery, but welcome back. I want to expand. This is going to be a little lioness sound bite. I plan to do more of these like shorter, quick episodes to get your brain online, get you aligned, help you just move through any turbulence, any contractions, and really let it be not just a podcast, but a portal for you to move through. So I want you to take a moment if you're able to. And if you're driving or walking, that's okay. You can still do this. But if you're not and you're vibing out and listening to me and chilling, take a moment and close your eyes and just settle in. Feel your body. Don't close your eyes if you're driving, and just take a breath through the nose. Hold at the top. Exhale. Elongate your exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale through your nose. Hold at the top. Exhale out through your mouth. Let's do that one more time. Let this feel good. little bit more sip of air at the top. Hold. Exhale through your mouth slowly. Welcome. Just feel any differences in your body from that short breathwork exercise. Do you feel a rush of energy to your brain? Do you feel a little bit lighter? Do you feel a little bit clearer? Do you feel some space between your body and your thoughts? Maybe letting go of anything that was happening before this and just being present here and now. Part of my intention in 2026 is to create more when I feel really inspired and let go of how I think it should be and really tune into like how things are downloading and how things are coming through. And I've listened to that more, especially last year, and I just realized how potent that is for people, how an alignment and synchronicities show up with that when I'm really in the creator and the artist archetype. In the last episode, so it was a little bit longer, I talked about why I don't set New Year's resolutions. And I talked a little bit about values. And I want to expand on that in this episode. And again, these Lioness sound bites are going to be shorter in duration so that you can like come in, get a tune up, get a little download, take a little bite out of my consciousness, and then move on with your day. And it's not this really, really long podcast. So this Lioness soundbite is all about how your values really are the gateway to your vitality. And when you really, really learn to love who you are and really own what your values are, a lot of issues and symptoms and challenges start to fall by the wayside. And you realize that you don't have to like do all these things to stay quote unquote healthy. You have a lot more metabolic flexibility. You have a lot more adaptability in your nervous system. And you don't need to be so hardcore. And I know that's like that's such a thing right now with diets and data tracking your health and peptides and food and workouts and like all this stuff and just so many trends. Like every week I see just new trends of health and whatever online. And it's just honestly can be fucking exhausting to keep up with. Like, I'm just going to say how it is. And I've realized after studying human behavior for over a decade now, professionally, unprofessionally, more because I'm, a learner at heart since age 4, age 5, I've realized that you could be doing all the quote unquote right things that the doctors or the holistic healers tell you. But if you don't know who you are and you don't know what your North Star is and you don't know what your values are, then again, you can be doing all the right things and still feel like you don't have any energy, your body's breaking down on you, and things just don't work. And you could have all the beautiful lab work in the world, and yet if you're not getting to the core of your own actions and behaviors and not living in alignment with your values, then like I said, all those other things don't land. And I've seen this now working with over 1,500 cases in my professional career, both in the office and in my coaching company. The people who are in alignment with who they are have so much more freedom and flexibility where, yes, I'm not saying like, eat well, like do all the things, do the things. And also realize when you love who you are and you're in alignment, you have so much more flexibility to not be so like hardcore, like in it, right? Like, oh, I drank my electrolytes and then I did this and then I did this and then I meditated. It's like, oh my gosh, we're missing the point. We're missing the fucking point, because then you're just addicted to healing, which a future episode, I'm going to talk about, are you addicted to healing and not just living your damn life? And I want to help people just live their damn life, whether you eat protein, 30 grams of protein at every meal, or maybe you have ice cream every now and then. Like, it's not gonna, like, just chill. And I'm not saying eat ice cream for every meal. That's not what I'm saying. Like, the truth is somewhere in between. But we have become such a hyper obsessed culture. And I think that awareness of our health and vitality has served until now. It's almost become its own addiction. And I am a health professional. I am a holistic health doctor. I am a health professional. And I am saying this. Like, give yourself some grace. And I've found, like I said, with clients and patients, that the people living in alignment with their values, there's so much more flexibility and freedom to dance in between expansion and structure and flexibility and devotion. I've started to shift my language from discipline to devotion. And again, I move my body every day. I eat real food. I do all the things, but I've chosen to be less hyper obsessed with tracking all the data. And I did that for a while and it was great. And I've realized, there's something deeper here. There's something deeper when you can be in alignment with your values. Because when you're in alignment with your values, your nervous system, number one, is way more attuned and coherent. And coherence is a resonance and a harmony among all dimensions of your life. And you're not totally sympathetically dominant, which I talk about this in other episodes in my programs, sympathetic tone, that fight energy or flight. You're not parasympathetically dominant and having freeze responses all the time. When you're in alignment with your values, and yes, like hanging out with your family or teaching like I love teaching, when you're in alignment with your values, your nervous system is in the highest state of coherence and vitality. And you're not swaying to either side. You're in resonance, you're in coherence, you're in harmony. And when you're in that, when your nervous system is in that state, then you create less inflammation. And with less inflammation, you have less hormonal cascades all over the place. And then you have less dis-ease type phenomena. And dis-ease in the body leads to disease. So this is, again, where people can be doing all the right things, eating super 100% clean, or working out every day, or taking all the supplements, doing all the biohacking, and yet something in their system is still, quote unquote, distorted or in a state of dysfunction. And I believe that it's this undertone of not knowing who they are and not knowing what they want, which is what I talked about in the last episode. And really owning it. Because it's one thing to know what you want. It's another thing to actually move with ferocity towards it. And know, yes, this is for me. Because I want it, the universe wants it for me. And when you are in that state of alignment, there's so much more vitality in your body that's accessible to you. And like I said, I'm not saying ignore the food or all the other health strategies that are out there. I'm not saying ignore that. And this is an energetic thing underneath the surface that is absolutely driving or hindering your vitality, period. I see it time and time again. I've worked with so many cases. This is no longer a theoretical thing. This is anecdotal evidence. Where I can work with people where, maybe their diet is 80-20, right? 75-25. And they maybe have some flux in sleep or whatever, right? And yet their system is so vital. They have so much metabolic flexibility because they have spiritual flexibility, because they have expansion in who they are. And so in that expansion of who they are, not trying to put themselves in a box, you create a wider range of flexibility in all dimensions, metabolism, energy, hormones, you name it. So this is more the psychosomatics, mind-body connection, where when you can know in your consciousness, your body follows, which is really, really, actually, to me, I hope this sounds freeing to you, where you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like my life has just been one big addiction to healing. And I want to let you know, healing is living. When you live your life, who you are, and you stop being addicted to healing, your body actually does the healing, believe it or not. But I'll do another Lioness soundbite on that in the future. So let me know what you're getting out of this. Your values are the gateway to your vitality, period. Own it, love it, study it, understand it. Let go of things that aren't in alignment with your values. You have one life. If you're hey, I don't know my North Star, I don't know my core archetypes, I don't know my vision, my mission, my purpose, I don't know these things. I don't know how to determine my values, which I call your inspired life evaluation. It's a free diagnostic assessment that I give to literally everyone who comes in my world before they work with me. Go to my website, Dr. Mel Krug, and explore on there and see all the different ways that you can start to tap into this. And I promise you're going to find something there for you to really start to live into your values. Because here's the thing, and I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this Lioness soundbite
just be a download of what it is. The biggest source of chaos, absolutely number one, biggest source of chaos is you judging your own values. And the biggest source of chaos to others is you judging them in their own values. But so many people don't know how to determine what their values and what their core archetypes are. So in this Inspired Life evaluation, you're going to be able to determine that. And it's a free assessment on my website. Check it out, drmelkrug.com. And when you do it, come find me on Instagram, send me a message and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. All right, my friends, here's Lioness Soundbite. See you in the next episode. Peace, love, keep inspiring. Bye.
Thank you for joining the Project Lioness podcast. Did you find value in today's episode? Help us impact the lives of others by sharing this podcast with someone you know who would resonate and benefit from the Project Lioness message. Excited to hear more? We invite you to subscribe on whatever platform you're tuning in on. And we'd be so grateful for you to leave us a review about what you enjoy most, as well as what you'd like to hear more of. Thank you so much for all of your support. Sincerely yours in power, purpose, and play. Dr. Mel with the Project Lioness podcast. Keep rising, keep roaring, and keep inspiring.